Nah, I haven't. I haven't really been able to watch anything lately. I've just been working, and then when I'm at home, I got this weird thing now where I feel like I gotta work even when I'm off all the time. For real.
The sad part about it is most of those wrestlers that died from
Can I turn mine like this?
overdoses on pills.
Yeah.
It's amazing how you think about
Free moving. There we go.
All right. I'm tapped in now. Who was the last one about?
the last one I watched was in the words of Marty Jannetty, I believe, was the last one. That was definitely eye changing a little.
Yeah, he used to roll my favorite, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, they were talking about that a lot. Hey everybody, welcome to the Phone Tap Podcast with Unk and the Burnouts.
Hi.
We're missing Frank today.
Hello.
We got Cedric taking his place. Frank had a...
He went out
Good
and
morning,
had some
good morning.
fun.
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess we're talking about it, we were just discussing the TV show, The Dark Side of the Ring. It's about, old wrestlers and their lives and where they went from start to end. Most of the ones that are on there are dead at this point. There's a couple of them on there that are still alive, but I know one of them that's still alive. Literally, I think it was this past week, just got sentenced to 19 years, I think.
Damn.
8 years probation for killing a...
That's
you know what I'm
crazy.
talking about?
I didn't even get to see that one yet.
Sonny.
My favorite one was what I've seen so far was the Montreal Screwjob, Shawn Michaels and Bret.
Yep, that's a good one.
That was a real good one. Definitely pulled the curtain back on that one.
There was also one on there about, I believe it was, what's his name? Eric Bischoff's, arch enemy. What's his name? Vincent Russo?
Vince Russo?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was talking about...
I didn't even know they did one like that.
Yeah, they did. And
That New Jack one was crazy too.
Yeah.
New Jack was... He damn near killed somebody.
Yeah. A couple people actually did. Like Bruiser Brody got killed.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, Brody.
Yep. They talk about another one on there that was also... I never knew anything about. When Hogan went to WCW, part of his contract was he had complete control over his creativity.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So, I don't remember what... I think it was Bash at the Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Where he... it was supposed to be a whole different outcome, and then, that day, Hogan decided that he wanted to win the title from Jeff Jarrett. And Russo was pissed, and he basically told Jeff Jarrett just to go in the ring, lay down, and let him, put his... He wanted the belt so bad. And it was Hogan's screw job.
Yeah, Hogan, he had quite a few screw jobs. I believe they had one with him and Macho Man.
Yeah, I think they talked
that
about
was pretty
that
bad.
also. Yeah.
I'm not a wrestling fan, but I love watching the 80s interviews with Macho Man. You ever see what too much cocaine looks like? That's what it looks like.
The thing about Macho Man is he was
are.
musically inclined too. He had an album and
Yeah, he did.
they actually dissed each other back and forth, but
I
Macho
think
Man
that's
was
part
a
of the
very
gimmick, though.
genuine. Nah, this was for real because behind the scenes, he when Elizabeth left him.
I was gonna say they were fighting over Elizabeth.
When
I always
Elizabeth
thought
left,
that was a gimmick. That seemed too
nah,
gimmicky.
Well, they
it was
used it as a gimmick, but
it
it
was
was
deeper
real.
than that.
Oh.
When Elizabeth left Macho Man, she just dipped out, was staying with Hogan and messing with somebody else, and Hogan kept that from Macho Man, and that's what made them bump heads for real because that's supposed to be his brother. You know what I mean? You don't do shit like that. My
So
wife
it really
leaves
is
and
a
you're not
male
going to
soap
tell me
opera
that she's
to an
staying with
extent.
you?
It is.
Okay.
It is. But at the same time, I can tell you that some of that shit is real. Some of those guys really don't
the
like
best
each
storylines.
other.
I
Those are
get
the
that.
best.
I've seen that. The
Like-
physicality of it is real, but like a lot of the added stuff is kind of like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like live action anime if you think about it.
They
You got
take-
all the drama, then they fight.
They take a real situation, like back in the 80s, they'll take a real situation and blow it up. It might be dangerous for the business, but those were the best storylines.
Yep,
Like Shawn
that's-
Michaels and Brett,
Well, I mean the 80s
really
were
had
kind of
problems.
wild anyway, so.
you know what I mean? They had problems. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had problems. Like, it was crazy.
I mean, to this day, like,
Who is it?
Buds and Studs, your one-stop chronic gift shop, located at 2119 Grand Central Avenue. Stop in and give us a call at 607-735-2960.
We are rolling again. Welcome back, everyone.
anyways, back to what we were talking about.
What were we talking about?
Dark Side.
We're talking about wrestling.
Ah, yes.
I would like to go to Royal Rumble's coming up soon.
Where's that at?
Where is it at? I don't even
That's a
know.
good question.
That one place.
I'm about to look it up. I'm about to
Sure
look it
where
up.
it's taking
'Cause if
place.
it's
I'm not
doable-
exactly sure of the date either, to be honest.
If it's doable, I'm in there.
That's my favorite pay-per-view. I love Royal Rumble.
Over WrestleMania and Survivor Series.
Survivor Series is a close second.
I miss how they used to
me,
do Survivor Series.
WrestleMania used to be good, but I think that since they split it up into 2 days, it's too much.
It's back in your home. It's in Florida.
We're at Tampa.
St. Petersburg,
Oh.
Tropicana
My
Field.
home. That's
When I say your home, I just say Florida in general. you
Yeah,
know?
all four of them came at once. She cracked it open. That was all four books.
Yo, it's a wrap.
I'm a fucking nerd.
It is a wrap. And I'm a nerd too.
Yep.
I ain't going
So,
lie.
Sed, what do you think is going to be they always have surprise entrances into the Royal Rumble. Who do you think is going to be?
Well, finally, The Rock has come back. I know that. The Rock is back, and he called out Roman Reigns last night. Spoiler alert. But to be honest with you, I'm still riding with Roman. I love The Rock, but I think my guy gonna pull it off one more time.
That doesn't answer my question. Surprise entrance into the Royal Rumble.
Surprise entrance would probably be. That's a good question.
I got some here that I read from
Let me think
some
about that.
really good wrestling sources, and I would love to see some of these people if it's true.
Is Kenny Omega on your list?
He's
Ric
not.
Flair.
But MJF is, because his contract just went up at AEW.
Kenny Omega should be on your list.
Ric
I've
Flair.
heard some things.
No, Ric Flair's too old to
I
even
know
walk
that-
down the
I
fucking
know,
aisle
that's
anymore.
why I brought it
He had a
up.
match.
Wait, isn't his daughter
Didn't he have
or
a
is it
match
his
this year?
granddaughter?
His daughter.
It's
is-
his daughter. Okay,
yeah, and
I
she's a
wasn't
He
sure.
had
beast.
a match this year.
Hmm?
I think Flair had a match earlier in the year.
Yeah, but it was his final match. It was,
How
and I heard it
old
was
is he now?
horrible. I heard it was absolutely horrible.
How old is Ric Flair now?
I did see. I don't know how true that thing was with him and Michael Chandler in the bar. Did you see that?
Oh, when they was on about to fight.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
see.
slapped him and
It
shit.
looked like a skit.
It did.
74.
74. Oh, okay.
Also, I have on here. I do have The Rock. I have Big E. He's been out of action for a
Yeah.
while. I think he might come
I
back.
can't wait to see him come back.
This will show my age. Is Kane still a thing, or is he?
He's not. He's also.
They actually got a
retired.
blue cane now. And
Really?
instead of fire, it's snow.
Ooh.
Yeah. They got a blue cane now. He's in the Indies.
Mm.
And instead of
Interesting.
fire, it's snow. He's just
That's
the
cool.
reverse of Kane's outfit.
That is
It's
kind
been
of cool.
working
That
too.
reminds me of like Scorpion and Sub-Zero kind
The
of.
ultimate match would be Kane versus Kane.
That would.
Now, I also read, like I said, from a really good wrestling source. I don't know how true this is, but I would love to see this guy in there, Ken Shamrock.
That would be crazy. That when I think him, I instantly think Steve Blackman too, though.
Wait till you read the next one that I got. 'Cause you've been talking this guy. Well, not really talking him up, but he's come into our conversations in the indies wrestling a lot. Matt Cardona.
That would be crazy. He actually has one of our belts from Excite.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, he got hella belts. I can't even keep track no more.
Now for the female. I read, I'm pretty sure
You know Lita gonna be there.
Jade Cargill's also going to be in it too.
She gotta be.
I read that Sasha Banks may be coming back.
Man, I used to have a big crush on Sasha. Ain't gonna lie.
And I'm on her Facebook page, and some of the stuff that she's been saying lately kind of leads like she might be. But I know they also do that shit on purpose sometimes. So
Yeah, facts.
I also read Gail Kim.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be insane.
Yep. If anyone who doesn't know her, she's a very I don't want to say old, but an older Japanese wrestler, and back in the day, she was amazing.
You remember the older divas like Sunny and Sable?
Yep, Sunny is the one that I was just talking about.
She's
just got
went downhill.
17 or 19 years and 8 years probation.
You wouldn't even recognize her.
Killing some old. Yeah, I know. I saw the pictures of her, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, she rear-ended some guy in Florida and killed him.
Yeah, she had went left, got into
It
the.
was this past week actually that she got sentenced. But she's on a lot of those Dark Side of the Ring. They bring her up a lot. Like with there's one.
What is Dark Side of the Ring? Is it just like behind the scenes stories from the industry?
I'm put it like this. It's very dark. Like.
Well, I got that, but is it more like a documentary, just stories,
like biographies of or documentaries on not necessarily certain wrestlers. Sometimes they are, but there's also ones like the Montreal Screwjob is
like
what it's
certain
called.
situations.
It's about a certain situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of fucking cool.
And the one that I watched last night was the Bash at the Beach one, which it just brought up wrestling in general. Like they talked about like the Monday Night Wars.
That was a great time to be alive.
And how everything happened. And me personally, like watching this stuff, I know a lot of people hate Vince Russo. I like him. If I was a promoter, that's how I would be. I would be a Vince Russo.
I could see that.
I would not be an Eric Bischoff. He's a little bitch. He's all about the money. Russo was about doing the right thing and making things, in wrestling. He wasn't about the money. He wanted to see wrestling go in the right direction.
About the culture and the art form.
Yeah. And
it's
and it's kind of, I don't want to place him completely, but he's part of the reason for the Generation X. Some of the stuff that he did, like
big part, because he let a lot. He took a lot of risk with it.
Yeah.
With that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they was warned about the Generation X by like the actual company that had them on TV, like the type of stuff they were doing. They were telling them to chill out, and they told them if it happens again, that it'll be an issue. And I think it was when they did the shit when they stepped on the podium and was acting like they was apologizing and shit and was just being disrespectful, cussing.
Yeah.
And they ended up liking it, and they was like, "Yo, you gotta do more of that shit."
It sells. That's why.
To me, that era, the Attitude Era, is when it basically opened wrestling up.
Yeah.
Even though, like, Vince McMahon bought WCW, he then made 2 shows. He branded 2 shows, so that left it open. Plus, ECW at the time was still open.
Yeah.
It was on its way out, but they kind of came together at the end also.
Yep. Because he got that too. Damn. That's got to be the ultimate fuck you. Like when you're in competition with people and you just buy their company. You know what I mean? Like
it's like competition. Oh, really?
Don't beef with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
He will buy you out.
He's one of the.
Oh, that's
call it what you want to, but if you don't know, now you know. Trump and McMahon are best fucking friends. So if you can see the business like in both of them, they definitely are similar when it comes to the business mind.
That's a fact.
Now, Vince, was he ever a wrestler at any point? Vince McMahon?
I mean,
I've always kind of wondered about
matches. He had matches. They were usually like 10 to 15 minute long
He
matches.
was in better shape than a lot of them guys.
Oh yeah, he was.
Well, that's why I
tremendous shape.
asked. Like, what my little brother used to watch
He
it when
was-
I was in high school, and he was obviously in charge of
I mean,
everything.
I'm sure he was also using the roids too.
Yeah,
but
I just figured he came up as a wrestler because didn't Triple H take his spot after he retired? Or kind
That's
of.
his son-in-law.
Yeah, I know. It's
He
his
took-
son-in-law.
He didn't really take his place. He kind of just
Married into the business.
because right now it's technically still ran by Vince. He's back.
So
after-
is he, or is he just into fitness? Because I was gonna say he just for a suit and tie kind of guy, he's a little bit too yoked
You
and
couldn't tell he was that big.
Well,
on
yeah,
TV,
he's
though.
definitely into the roids and shit.
yeah.
I remember. Do you remember that? I don't know if it was a WrestleMania or even a pay-per-view, but where he ran down to the ring and tried to jump in the ring and he broke both.
Oh
his-
yeah, I remember that shit.
He couldn't.
It's funny.
He ran
because
down to the ring and tried to jump into it, and he like missed the ring. And I don't know if it was it his knees or his
I
legs.
think it was his knee to buckle. When
And he
weird,
tried to
the
get
same
back up
shit.
and he couldn't. So literally, he's in the ring, sitting on his ass, like talking shit to the wrestlers.
Yeah, he was
It's
pissed.
fucking hilarious.
We
He's in a
gotta watch
suit.
that today.
Yeah,
We
that's
got
just
to.
hilarious.
yeah,
dude.
What's funny is the same shit happened to Shane like years down the road. Remember when he had that match and he messed up his ankle
No, I don't remember.
in the beginning? I'm about to pull that up too.
See, that's something that I learned. I mean, I know that part of wrestling, when if you injure yourself during the match, they want you to try to do your best to finish and not look like you injured yourself.
Yeah.
But Vince McMahon is one of those people that didn't really give a shit. If you were injured, you needed to finish the job.
Yeah.
And he would literally like fire people for
No
shit
shit.
like that.
If you can walk, you go to the motherfucking
right.
ring. That's how I feel too.
I can't remember who it was that it got injured during the match, and he just stopped doing anything. I think he just sat in the corner,
That's crazy.
and Vince was pissed. I believe he fired him the next week or whatever. But yeah,
The
it's
craziest shit to me was like I get it from a business perspective, but from a humanly perspective, like that shit that happened when Owen Hart died, I don't respect that.
I see.
Imagine
I
being a
have
wrestler,
Mixed feelings
and
about
then you
that.
have to.
But in McMahon's defense, Owen Hart was all about it. He was all about the whole thing. I mean, I don't really place the blame on anyone. It's
Yeah, I don't place it.
faulty
I don't place it on anybody.
equipment. That
It
should
just had
happen.
to-
It was-
Accidents happen.
I wouldn't place the blame on anybody. I just had to be awkward to continue the show. You know what I mean? Like somebody just died in this ring, and we're about to fight in the same ring.
Yeah, but in the same
But-
token, if he would have stopped the show right there, like it would have
Yeah.
been way bigger of a
Yeah.
of a thing. You know, like
That's why it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
But the thing that's
They
fucked
didn't
up,
know that he had passed until after everything was said and done, right?
I feel
Oh,
like
no,
they
he was
know, but
dead,
they just
like-
didn't
No,
announce it,
like I
so-
mean the crowd
oh,
did, like the people there didn't know that he was actually dead.
right.
Yeah, they probably just kept the show going because at that point it would have either caused panic, and that
They
would,
ended up announcing it.
yeah, yeah. That's
I
where
think
it
he
is
died-
kind of.
I think he died
catch.
immediately because he hit the
I know
ring
there's
post.
I know there's no fucking
Yeah.
ties to it, but Shawn Michaels did the same stunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Bret Hart and Shawn, they weren't close. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just crazy how things play out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there.
But Vince said that if it was anything that he was asking of anybody else to do, he tried it first. Like the zipline shit, he tried that shit first. For Shawn, I'm pretty sure he tried it for Owen. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't a bitch. He was
Yeah.
asking you to do it, he'd do it himself.
Which,
You gotta respect that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he would test it before they would.
Well, that kind of answers my question about his physique. Then I mean, kind of have to be if you're gonna do it yourself and be like, okay, if I can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
He
I've only
might,
seen him once.
Vince McMahon might be a dick, but he's definitely not a bitch.
Yeah, I seen him one time, and that was WrestleMania 37, when everybody finally came back together post-COVID. And it was
I'd rather fight Shane than fucking fight
Is
Vince.
this another open
Yeah.
challenge? Every other podcast.
Well, no, I kind of agree with him. Look at the difference between them.
Yeah, facts.
I take the son over the father, even though he is in his 70s.
Shane can take a lot of shit. I'm telling you, he's insane for his age.
All right, let's switch to a new topic, guys.
Switching gears.
New Year's resolutions.
I don't make New Year's resolutions.
I've only made one, and it's to be more on time.
Oh, okay. My sleep schedule will be back in
I think
swing
you're
as
on
of
a
tomorrow.
good foot.
So far,
Caught
so
me
good.
lacking today.
I wrote down a bunch of things that I found, though, that are common ones that people use. Try new foods.
Yeah, that's you lose weight. That's usually a
I actually didn't
big
put that one
lose
down
weight
here yet,
or get in shape is usually the other one.
This one might be something that you can do, Rob. Read more.
Gladly.
The year's already started and I've almost finished a whole book. So, and I've got 4 more to pick up after this episode's over.
My only resolution really is just to leave 2023 in 2023. You know what I mean?
I mean, for some, 2023 was definitely an eye-opener for me and a life changer. I was blessed and went from nothing to something. Not quite sure what I am, but I'm something. I only can hope that 2024 is even better.
It will be.
Yeah, it definitely will be. I'm claiming it.
Yep.
The worst part
It's
of
up.
2023 to me was just my health. My health has been kind of shitty.
Yeah, it's been pretty up and down.
I'm trying to get this shit under control, man.
It's a blessing though that you're here. You know what I mean? Like I try to tell a lot of my people, like, don't focus on the days ahead of us. You know what I mean? Let's focus on what's in front of us. And right now, it's just a blessing to have you here. You know what I mean? And we just gotta stay positive and speak positive things into existence and positive things that happen. It's manifestation. It's
That's
the
actually
universal laws. You know.
one of the things on the list here. Get rid of the bad.
Yep.
Get rid of negativity.
You gotta filter
in your
that out.
life.
Don't be a prisoner in your own mind. You know.
Here's something that goes kind of right along with it. Spend some more time in nature.
I'm with that.
I try to be outside as much as I can.
Just not when it's cold.
Or
Though.
at least
Definitely.
up and moving, considering I sit at a desk all day now. I actively try to stand, walk, and do things. So that's the one thing I will say. That's why I'm looking forward to this year. It'll be the first time ever, because the end of my summer, I went from working 50 to 60 hours in a shit-ass kitchen to working for Frank and in the shop. Now I work for Frank and we own a fucking studio.
Yeah.
Like, I went from doing shit jobs to the one thing I've wanted to do the last 20 fucking years.
Yep.
So now let's make the most of it.
I think we all had to turn around because, like I said, I used to do this, but without a platform. You get what I'm saying? Like, I was still doing graphic design, still making music, but I didn't have the proper platform to take it to where I want to go. You know what I mean? So when you guys made me a part of the family, it was definitely a blessing because now I have the platform and we all are like-minded individuals, and I don't see nothing but us going up from here, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
Oh, that one weird dude with the glasses that was in here earlier? I have a feeling he's going to be a client.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he's been asking
He
me
seems
questions
serious.
too when
Yeah.
he comes in. So
Guitar player, I was showing him the
'Cause I was
program and
chopping
a
up
few
with him, too.
things.
maybe you should
That's what we wanna see
blueberry
this
out the weird word. Maybe he listens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
We don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty sure he's already knows he is. I mean, let's face it, I'm
It's
a
not a bad
fucking
thing.
oddball.
Not
I'm
a
well
bad
aware
thing.
of it.
Yeah, you are. For the first time Sarah asked me about you, she was like, "Who's that little weird guy?"
Yeah.
That dude is a genius. That's who he is.
She said the second time I saw him, he had some tape wrapped around his head.
Yep. I do weird things sometimes. I never grew up past like 10 years old, so that's probably why me and my daughter get along so well.
Not necessarily weird, but different. But when I came in the shop this morning, Rob was already here. Well, were you already here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he was listening to some bluegrass music, which I actually like bluegrass. I'd rather listen to bluegrass than country.
Same. That's why I listen to that. It's a bit darker and it's a lot
And
faster.
a couple of us over in the shop were talking about like why he listens to bluegrass, and I'm like, well, it's actually pretty good music. I've been to a couple of bluegrass festivals, and then the next thing you know, it changes to George Michael's.
Yep.
I'm Never Gonna Dance Again, and we're like, what the fuck? Rob went from
I like George Michael. I like music. Like that's
nothing wrong with that, but it was just the shift from one to the other.
Shift of
I get
emotions.
a bad stereotype because I make metal music. I'm a metal musician, but I just love music. If I like music, I'll listen to the fucking song.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
care what it
Me
is.
too. I don't care what
And
anybody
in
says.
instances like that, that's why I find it
Oh,
amusing.
man, why are you listening to the Backstreet Boys? Because it's a good fucking song,
Exactly.
motherfucker.
Right.
Bingo. That and also I kind of relish those reactions when they're like, "What? Wait, what? You're just listening to that. Why are you listening to this?"
All right, next New Year's resolution I have on here is something that we could all do, and I'm sure we could all agree: be with friends and family more.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm already doing that. I'm here with y'all every day. Y'all my friends and family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I go home, I feel incomplete. So that just about sums it up.
This one I
got family there, but I got to be working all the time.
I don't really call this a New Year's resolution just because I do this anyway, but it says find a cause that you really care about and do as much as you can for that cause. And for those of you that don't know, I am a liver patient, so I tend to send donations to the Liver Foundation regularly. I also do St. Jude's.
Speaking of when we get to the point that we can, I'd like to put some of any of our extra funds into programs for the disabled.
I'll
So not
definitely
only do
donate,
I
too.
have that autistic niece, worse than Lily. Like her autism is way off the spectrum. But my little brother is also physically and mentally handicapped too. I've always had a soft spot for.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get on that
I
with y'all.
also have autism in my family as well.
Derek actually,
I
if
don't-
you've noticed, kind of he does sit on the spectrum a little bit.
So does Dan.
Yeah,
Yeah, my mother passed away from multiple sclerosis. So
Dan does
I'll
really
probably be
good with
doing
it though.
that.
Like he has his days where he battles things, but
yeah,
he's pretty good with it. I mean,
he's pretty well functioning for
when,
all things considered.
Free
when you
spirit.
go through a lot of shitty life experiences, you tend to throw up. You know,
Not in a
even
good
though
way
he
either.
is a big man child, but he's
Well, that's what it is. It's not that you do grow up, because I have the same issue. That's why I'm as weird as I am. It's not that you grow up by choice. It's that you're forced to grow up.
right.
And now he's at that stage where it's, because I'm kind of like that to an extent as well, where it's like you're reliving your childhood that you never got.
Yeah.
Well, a good thing that Dan's always been good at is surrounding himself with good people.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've ever seen him actually
So,
alone.
I mean, he actually, like, it's a comfort to him to, if he's ever in a new place, you'll notice that he'll try to befriend people
Mhm.
to it makes him feel more comfortable that he's not in a room
Yeah.
full of people that he doesn't know.
I feel like, too, like in both businesses, music and the cannabis industry, it's all an art form. You know what I mean? And as an artist, you have to keep your inner child alive because that's your imagination,
like
everything.
Robin Williams
You know what I mean?
said, we all get one spark of madness. Don't lose it.
Right. Yep.
You don't want to lose your inner child. That's your
Nope.
imagination, all that. I keep that alive. I got plushies all around. You know what I mean? He got the Funko Pops. I got those on deck, too.
He did say he's got pussy all around. That's what I heard.
Hey, I ain't say it, but I ain't going to say it's a
It was
lie.
heavily implied. It was part of the subcontext.
Blueberries.
Blueberries.
Oh, this next one I have here is kind of something that I should also try to do this year. It says move your body, do fun things. Do fun things, not necessarily like
Yeah, even if it's just as simple as going for a daily walk. That
daily
is beneficial.
Literally stand in place and do 10 fucking jumping jacks. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
10 jumping jacks that you didn't do yesterday.
Exactly.
Oh, I know this is off topic, but your dude who sells the canes,
Yes.
he's about to make one with a built-in bong.
We
have one.
did.
Yeah, he showed me a picture.
No, we don't.
No.
He
I
showed
gave
me a
it
picture
to
of what
one
he's
of our
doing.
plugs who really like
I thought I saw it floating around the back just a couple days ago.
the snake one.
The
That's a
walking
joint.
stick?
Yeah, he
That's
asked
the
about the
joint.
snake one too.
Huh?
That's the joint one.
Oh, okay.
The
This
one
one's
that
a
he
bong.
did was with the bong in it. It was like a tree people. Like he made it look like a tree person.
Oh,
That's a genius
okay.
idea.
And I gave it to one of our plugs who
Oh,
was
okay.
asking about it.
But he was the one that makes the walking sticks. Too,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
those.
I'm
things
glad
are
he
fucking
came back
dope.
around though. I was worried about him. I hadn't seen him in a while.
That's a
and
genius
he was
idea,
old
though.
It
guy.
is.
Somebody needs to
Yeah,
back
he
that.
just sits there and takes his time, and that's what he does. He just whittles wood.
So in the near future, if you ever see me wandering around town with a giant ass walking stick, mind your business.
And a poncho.
And his, and his
Gotta have the
mouth
poncho
on
with
it.
Yep.
Gotta have the poncho with it. Ain't gonna be right.
Oh, exactly.
All right, let me try one of these new Unks blunts. New and improved Unks blunts.
How are they new and improved?
I'm not allowed to say. I'm just gonna say that they are rolled very well, not like they were before. I don't know who was rolling them before, but they sucked. And two, there's a special additive in the blunt this time.
Oh, okay.
The bud got a little bit dry, so we ground up some really, really, really good top shelf and put it in there.
Ooh. Moisten it up a little bit.
So
I had to use that word because there's always one person that's uncomfortable with it.
moist. Keep everything moist. All right, what do we got next? I say something positive about yourself every day. Say something positive about yourself every day. That is
I
definitely.
put pants on.
Is that really positive though, or necessary?
Well, I mean, it's not necessary.
It is illegal to walk around
Exactly.
outside with no pants.
That's why putting them on is a positive.
However, it is not illegal to walk around outside with no shirt, and that's male or
Exactly.
female,
Yep. Topless law in New York does
Oh,
apply
man.
to both.
as long as you do not touch yourself.
Yes.
That makes it illegal. Seriously.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
the
You
weird.
cannot itch your tit. You can't do any of that
That's
shit.
wild.
I mean, if you do, you just gotta make sure no one's looking.
I had to do it on the low or something.
It's actually been legal for
Oh, it's
20 plus years, I
Yeah.
want to say, because I remember going to Watkins Glen 20 years ago, like the first year that they made it legal, and a lot of the women were walking around with no shirts on, but they would paint their chest with like checkered flags or
oh shit.
their
Yeah.
favorite race car driver's number that would cover just the nipples.
That's
and,
actually pretty
I'm going to
cool.
Watkins Glen.
yeah.
That's
And
actually
then we
pretty
knew
cool.
a guy that he's been in the paper a few times. He was a huge Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan, and he would
He was a beast.
at the beginning of the weekend, he would duct tape the number 8 on his body, front and back, and then Dale Jr. and duct tape on his upper back like he was wearing a jersey or something.
Imagine taking that off.
And then by Sunday, wearing no
No
suntan
shirt,
lotion,
pulled the tape off, and it was just tan. Oh my!
sunburnt. He was
crazy.
sunburnt except for where the tape was.
That's crazy. I know that shit.
Wow.
He would do that shit every year. He was in the
People are
paper
fucking
once.
wild.
I mean, just think the people that do this, the stuff to their cars just to make it look like their favorite driver's car.
Yeah, good point.
And then the next year they switch.
Nah, what's wild is them damn power slap competitions they be having.
Oh,
Those
shit.
are awesome.
Please stop doing those.
They make you go deaf.
It's not right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to slap the shit out of people sometimes, but I like to do it close-fisted. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Shane McMahon.
Challenge, there you go. He
Was
had it
this
again.
like the fourth episode in a row you've been
Somebody
just
gonna
issuing
answer.
challenges? Someone's gonna show up at the
Keep
door
knocking
one
on the
day.
devil's door. Somebody gonna answer. That's what they said. All four
They're
brothers.
gonna find out who Unc is.
You challenge Shane, Logan, Roman. Was it Steve?
Steve.
I think it was. No, Shane. Yeah. Yep.
I don't know if I challenged Steve, but I'm definitely not afraid of that tall motherfucker. He was me when I was younger. Straight up dick.
Shout out, Steve.
Yeah, I love you, Steve.
Love you, Steve.
You're still a dick. That's why you got the trophy.
He's a dick with a heart of gold, though.
Well, sometimes I want to punch him in his neck.
You'll have that on the bigger jobs.
I gotta get on a stool though.
Treats out.
Now, what happened to the idea of you guys making him a small tree, always wanting to get bigger? I thought that was the perfect idea for him. The cartoon idea.
We were
He's a
actually
big
going to do
tree
the
now.
opposite of that.
Yeah,
He was
man,
going to be
he's-
the one character that his face was so high up you can't see him on the screen. Like, all you're ever going to see is a trunk, and every other character has to look up at him.
We got to keep him stationary.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
Why-
Make his voice sound like it's coming from far away.
Hell yeah.
Hey
that
guys, it's hot up here.
That would be dope. I
I
can't
like
wait.
that.
Hey, what's the time look like, buddy? We got time?
We're almost at 40 minutes
All
now.
right, cool. Let's go to another
Yeah,
topic.
we still got time.
Let's see what we got here.
Since I'm taking Frank's spot, are y'all gonna stump me? That's messed up.
No.
No,
I'm not-
that
I'm
one
not
we
gonna
have.
do that. Yeah,
We
we'll do that on
me and
the
him
next
both
one.
decided we do specifically just because it's Frank.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I
ain't
want to
got
do
that
this one with Cedric here, actually, kind of to see how many of these you actually have seen. Best or favorite mob movies?
Oh, that one.
That's a tough question. I want to say
I mean, obviously, Goodfellas is one of them.
Goodfellas is
Goodfellas.
definitely on that list.
Don't forget the most important one of all.
Reservoir Dogs is one.
1, 2, and 3.
There's another one.
Godfather, yeah,
Yes.
obviously. Scarface is a
I like
classic.
Scarface. Remember the name of it.
Yep. There's a couple on here I never heard of. Miller's Crossing. That's an.
I've
80s
heard
movie.
of that one. I haven't seen it. Is The Usual Suspects on there?
Nope, didn't get that one.
Hmm,
I got Donnie Brasco.
I haven't seen that one.
A Bronx Tale.
I haven't.
That's
I've heard of
I
that
forgot
one.
about
You're gonna
that
watch that
That's
one,
a
buddy. That's a good,
classic.
Bronx.
There's another one I'm trying to remember the name of.
Casino
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
and Heat. Both of those were both.
Yep.
both
yep.
Kind of.
Oh, I think the Departed count.
Oh yeah,
The
What?
Departed.
The Departed.
That's
Yes.
one of my favorites of all time.
We also forgot Donnie Brasco.
Oh,
Road to Perdition. Perdition. Yeah, I've never heard of
I
that
haven't
one.
seen that
Neither
one.
have I.
And then I've got American Gangster.
would you
of
consider?
course.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Would you
Oh,
consider
absolutely.
Casino to be one?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
on here. Yeah,
Yeah,
Casino
definitely.
and Heat.
Casino.
Yeah, those are like classics.
De
I mean,
Niro.
you got De Niro and
Mhm.
Pesci in Casino. I mean,
Yeah.
apart from a few other names, really, those are
I mean, the
top
only
guys.
there's only two of these on here that I haven't seen. That's the Miller's Crossing and the Road to Perdition.
I've
Yeah, I
never
haven't
seen
seen
I'll
those.
have to go check those out. American Gangster is definitely a fucking awesome one though.
That's
Frank
great.
White.
Yeah, it is.
Like, who this house for? Just for me?
I don't know. Would you
Who
consider
this house
Pulp
for,
Fiction a
Frank?
mob movie?
No, I don't.
Kinda?
Yeah,
Borderline.
I guess.
Yeah, because it's got a few elements of it
What's
in
the
there.
one that they're all like a color, Mr. Green?
Oh, that's
Mr.
Reservoir
Oh,
Dogs.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
What was it?
We skipped that one.
The fuck was the name of the movie? I want to say it was True Romance. I'll have to find it. I got it my at home on DVD. It was actually the script Tarantino sold to make Reservoir Dogs. I think it's called True Romance. It's got actually fuck it, let me just look it up. If you ever get a chance, it's definitely worth the watch.
Now, with The Big Lebowski, would that be considered a mob movie?
Maybe.
I think so. Maybe.
What about
Yep, True Romance.
the Kingpin?
Written by
I think so.
And
If it's
isn't
King-
that one more about bowling?
Bowling in the Amish.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, True Romance, written by Quentin Tarantino. It's got Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette, Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman,
Batman.
Brad Pitt. And guess who Brad Pitt
Stacked
plays in this?
lineup. Who?
He is a useless stoner. Yes, he is just a side character. He's just the useless roommate
crazy.
stoner.
It's
But
actually
yeah, no, True
one of the
Romance.
topics that I have on here is
And Christopher Walken's in it as well.
icons of the 90s.
Shawn Michaels.
No, it wasn't. None of them. Believe it or not, dude, on the
Britney
list,
Spears.
Shawn Michaels got
on the list, I think there's only 2 dudes. All the rest of them are girls. I couldn't figure out why.
What
I
type
thought
of
maybe
icon?
Like just says icons of
Just
the
in
90s.
general.
Jordan.
90s was big
Jordan
girl
was
power.
not in there either. There's no sports people in here.
That's
it's all
crazy.
actors or.
Because Jordan and Shawn Michaels definitely played a big part in the 90s.
I got Alanis Morissette,
Yeah.
Angela Bassett,
Yeah. Definitely.
definitely Pam Anderson.
Yep. She inspires me.
She
She's my
inspires me too. I like boobies. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Have a crush on.
I used to have a crush on this one, and then she became a thief.
Oh,
Anybody
shit.
got a guess? She got caught shoplifting.
No.
Winona Ryder.
Oh,
Really?
shit. I ain't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, I used to have a crush on her. I liked brown or black haired girls really pale. That was my thing back in the day.
You mean the goth look?
Yeah, the guy.
Yeah.
Pretty much, and I didn't even like goth music.
Well, you don't have to enjoy the aesthetic. Because I don't enjoy the music, but I enjoy the aesthetic.
We like what we like.
Also have Meg Ryan, Halle Berry,
Yep.
Nope.
She was all over the place.
Janet, damn it.
Janet Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Tom Cruise ain't on there?
Tom Cruise is one of the only men.
Let's go.
Oh, wow.
That's my favorite.
The only other man on here. Anybody want to take a guess?
Hold on. Is he an actor?
He is an actor and has been married to many famous actresses.
I don't know if his marriage history, but.
And one of his movies
Or
is
no.
not a Christmas movie.
Just
Yeah,
forgive me for
Bruce
losing out.
Willis.
Yes.
Got it.
Sorry, it took me a
Got
second.
it.
Once you said his Christmas movie isn't a Christmas movie, I got it. I'm like, Die Hard. What's his name?
Yeah. That's a classic, too.
Yes, it is.
It's
It's an indirect Christmas
Of
movie.
course, we
okay?
have. Oh man, there's a few of these on here that I had a crush on. Alicia Silverstone, Michelle Pfeiffer,
Oh, yes.
back when she was in Grease 2, and Catwoman. Oh,
Salma
my
Hayek.
God.
Salma Hayek is a beast.
Oh, yes.
She was more 90s though, right?
Yep, Salma Hayek.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes,
She was
on
definitely from the 90s. And even today,
here. So was Demi,
that woman has not fucking aged since the 90s.
and neither has Demi. They
Really?
both look the fucking
Carmen
same.
Electra.
Carmen Electra's not.
Yo,
on
remember
here.
Topanga?
Mm-hmm.
Boy Meets
Topanga Lawrence.
Bro,
Yep.
man. Shout out to Topanga.
They put the Spice Girls on here as a whole.
Yeah, they were a big thing. I remember
Who was
that.
who was the one y'all had a crush on? I had a crush on Jimmy.
I
The black one, what's her name?
Scary.
saw a
Scary
poster,
Spice.
maybe.
Isn't
once
she
or
the one that's
twice.
on American Idol right now? Or not American Idol, America's Got Talent.
One of those.
I haven't been able
kinda
to watch
shows.
If that's her that's on there, she's sexy as fuck still.
Yeah, I used to like Ginger. I don't know why, but she was my favorite.
Ain't nothing wrong with her.
What
with that.
about Whoopi? Whoopi had
Whoopi
a lot
Goldberg?
of fucking awesome movies in the 80s,
Yeah, she
man.
did.
Jumpin' Jack Flash,
Sister Act?
Ghost.
Oh.
Eddie Murphy ain't on
Yep.
there?
No, but he should be. Like I said, but as I was going through this list,
Beverly
I thought
Hills
at
Cop,
first it
remember
was like 90s women icons of the 90s, but it wasn't. And the only two that they mentioned was Tom
Where's,
Cruise and
Whitney
Bruce
Houston?
Willis.
Oh, wow.
No, she's not on here, but Beyonce is.
That's crazy. Not that she don't
And
deserve it.
J-Lo is.
That sounds about right. 90s were.
Britney
Big
Spears,
J-Lo
Christina Aguilera.
Reese Witherspoon,
Yep. She had a
Yeah.
fuck ton of movies in that
Sandra Bullock,
Her
who,
too.
who is also still going and hasn't aged that bad either.
No, she hasn't.
Nicole Kidman,
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Stone. Does anybody remember what movie she was most famously from back in the 80s? They got a lot of
The name's like right fucking there.
they got a lot of shit
It's
for
not.
this one scene in the movie.
Yeah, because. Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me.
She unfolded her legs.
Yep.
Was it a movie like that?
No, not Scent of a Woman.
It's not Natural Born Killers, is it?
No.
No.
Honestly, I gotta look it up because I can't remember what it's called either. I just remember that scene where
Yeah.
they had a
It's like
biggest problem. Like she was sitting in his office with her legs crossed and uncrossed her
It's not
legs,
Pretty Woman.
and she
Yep.
didn't have nothing on under that.
Let's see. Let's see.
It's gonna be one of those. Once we hear the title, it's gonna. You're like, yep, I knew that.
I want to say it has something fear or intuition or some shit.
There's one called Silver, Total Recall, Gloria. She got a lot of fucking.
In the 80s, though?
Those, some was 90s, some was 80s.
Smoke weed every day.
Deadly Blessings, 81. Blood and Sand is 89. Damn, she got a lot of fucking.
Oh yeah.
Why, when I type in Sharon Tate comes up first? That's fucked up.
Cold Steel in 87.
Basic Instinct.
Ah, okay. Yep.
They got a part 2.
I knew it. It
As
was
soon
gonna
as
be
I
one
put
of
that
those.
shit-
Yep. As
It was
soon
the
as you
first
looked
one
at it,
I
it's
got.
like, oh, really? Of course.
Yeah.
I fucking knew that.
And she was in Casino. We were just talking about it earlier.
Yep.
Wesley ain't on there. Denzel.
No, man, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot.
We need a new list.
Yeah, we need to make our own list.
What about Michael Jackson? He got to
Yeah, he was a fucking icon
He gotta
from
be on there.
the 60s.
He's not on there?
Nope.
Michael?
Nope. Janet
shit.
is. I mean, some people think it's the same person, but.
Michael's a goat.
All right, guys. Thanks for checking us out on another great episode. I think we had a lot of good topics today.
Yes, we did.
I have plenty more. Hopefully, we can get Frank on the next episode. We are going to stump him. I know I can do it.
Yes.
And then
I'm excited to see that one.
we have quite a few other topics to talk about. So we'll see you then.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.